What is up? Today we're going to be talking about my personal favorite daily routine that got me to lose 25 pounds, build lean muscle, visible muscle, abs, confidence, all in less than 90 days. And you can copy this exact daily routine that I use myself and see if it gets your results, because it will. Let's get into it. So before we get started with this entire breakdown and run through of what I actually do, it's so important to make sure your habits and what you're actually doing in your day-to-day life lines up with the person you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. So if you're unhappy with your body right now, you're unhappy with where you are, not only is it a physical issue of your health, but it's also a mental issue of your confidence, how you feel possessing your body, how you think about your goals. It all stacks on top of each other. So if you improve your habits and you improve your daily life and how you act on a day-to-day basis, you'll get the better outcome. You'll get a greater result based on your inputs that you do every single day without fail. Okay? So just want to give that breakthrough, tell you that before we get through this. Starting off with the AM, the wake up. Now, for me personally, it might sound insanely crazy, but I wake up at 4 a.m. and it's what I do. I don't entirely recommend it. If you have responsibilities like work, school, class, whatever it is, then definitely prioritize getting 8 hours of sleep over waking up early. But if you can get 8 hours of sleep or more, and you can wake up early, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., do it. Because waking up that early is not useless. I used to think like, I'll be fine waking up at 8 a.m. and still doing my things. But no, when you're up earlier than everyone else, you get this feeling in your head, this feeling of the world is still quiet. Everyone out there is still asleep. But if I'm here doing my workout, making my meals, eating, progressing myself, then you feel ahead of everyone else, which is a really good feeling. And it also shows you that you can do hard things. But if you're getting 8 hours of sleep, that's really all that matters. We're going to talk about that more when it comes to the PM part, but let's hop into the AM. So the very first thing is to put yourself in sunlight. Sunlight is so important. It gives us the vitamin D that we need. It makes you feel literally so much better. If you're having a bad day or not feeling yourself or just feeling like something is off, go outside. And the earlier in your day or in your morning routine, you can just go get sunlight on your actual eyeballs, on your skin, you'll feel just 10 times better. So this could be, instead of eating your breakfast indoors and watching YouTube or whatever, go outside, sit on a chair on your porch or just in your backyard and just look at some sunlight. You know, if it is 4 a.m. and the sun's still not out, you're gonna have to do that later, obviously. But if the sun is out and you're waking up, go get some sunlight on your skin or on your eyeballs. It'll make you feel so much better mentally and just help you get in touch for the whole rest of your day that you have coming up. So that also brings up the first point, which is the first meal. So every meal, I like to get at least 20 grams of protein, at least. Some of them get up to like 60 to 80 grams. For me personally, it's a lot. You don't need to do that much, but a good rule of thumb is at least 20 grams of protein. Now, this meal is important because it's the first one of the day, and I usually like to have anywhere from 4 to 6 meals per day. And if you want to follow this, I recommend doing the same thing because I like to eat. I don't want to starve myself. And there are some days where I only have 3 meals. It's rare, but it's true. And if that's what you enjoy, fine for you. But your body has the opportunity to build muscle every 2 hours. So as long as you're training and you're in the gym, which we'll get to in a second, the more protein, you can't eat all your protein in one meal. I've seen this before with my clients. They literally told me they've done this before. If you eat all your protein in one meal, say like 80 grams, 60 grams, and that's it for the day, your body can't process that all at once. So when you're in the gym, your muscles are breaking down. They're getting torn apart, literally. That's why you're sore. Now, those muscles will get torn apart, but they need protein to get built up even stronger. But without protein, you're just going to be sore for longer, feel worse, and protein also keeps you full and satiated for longer. So, getting in protein every 2 hours allows it to build at maximum efficiency. That's why I say you only need 20 grams of protein per meal. That's the minimum, okay? So, first meal, at least 20 grams of protein. We've got the sun in our eyes. We're doing great. Good start to the day. Now, the first meal is also important. This is not so a necessary thing, but a thing that really helps a lot. So based on whatever your calorie limit is, if you're trying to lose weight, I would personally take your maintenance calories, which I have a calculator that I've actually made for that. I'll leave it in the description if you want to check it out. It's completely free. Just a Google Google Sheet and put your height, weight, activity level, and then it spits out your maintenance calories and then your calories from there. But point is, maintenance calories minus that by 350, that's what I would do if I wanted to lose 25 pounds in 90 days again. So making that first meal where your most of your carbs are. So if you're eating bread, if you're eating rice, if you're eating vegetables, whatever your carb source is, even if it's a little cheat meal, even if you're gonna have some, I don't know, like, not that you necessarily should, but if you're gonna have like a cinnamon roll or something, you can, it's okay, you know, it's okay to cheat on your diet. I'm against like completely eating strict and healthy for everything. So if you're gonna have that carb, put it as your first meal. Now the reason why is right after this, or pretty much right after this, you're gonna go into your workout and you want those carbs to digest, because carbs is what gives you a better pump, a better feeling in the gym, gets you that more energy. That's where we derive our energy from. So if you're gonna have some kind of cheat that day, which is completely okay, have it the first meal or the meal before you're gonna work out, okay? So after that meal, another important part of the morning routine, which I truly believe in, is writing out your goals. This could be, okay, say you're at 210 pounds, going to 185. You'll write on paper or on your notes app, I will be 185 pounds. I will be 185 pounds, just one time. But write that and be like, I will be able to fit in a size medium shirt. I will be able to fit in a size medium shirt. Just whatever things you know, how it's going to feel, how you're going to look in your new body, and just imagining it mentally and seeing yourself there, and then using that as your motivation and discipline every single day. Because people come to me and they often say, like, I have trouble with inconsistency, trouble with motivation, and things like that. So as long as you're constantly reminding yourself when you need it and when you don't need it. Because there's days where you're super motivated. You probably know. Days where you're super motivated, you want to go to the gym, you want to get the pump, you want to get going, But the days where you're not is really important. So as long as you're writing this out and reminding yourself of your journey and why you started, then you'll see really good results that way. So write out your goals, especially in the morning, okay? And then right after that, after the meal, we have the carbs in us, protein, got enough sleep the night before, got the sunlight. Now it's time to go to the gym. One of the most favorite parts of my day personally. So the split that I like to do, and I also provide to my clients, is a push, which means your chest muscles, your shoulder muscles, and your triceps. And then a pull day, which is your lats, your traps, so pretty much your back, and then biceps. So back and biceps, pull day. And then a leg day, quads, hamstrings, calves, leg day. And then a fourth day, which is quads, back, and abs. Really fun day. Now, these are obviously split up in between the 7 days you have in the week. So you have 3 rest days, which is really nice. All it takes is 4 days. And then, so whichever day you are training, go into the gym and only spend an hour to an hour and a half. You can do it all in an hour. Don't go too hard. Well, go hard, but don't think you need to spend more time in the gym. That's what a lot of people fail to do when they start, is they're like, I gotta put more time in. The harder I work, the better results I'm gonna get, which makes sense from an objective standpoint, but that's not the reality. It depends how hard you work and how hard your muscles are getting trained, not how often. If you can't just do a bunch of workouts semi-hard and expect great results, or even if you do go really hard and spend 2-3 hours in the gym, your body's not gonna be able to recover in time. So 1 to 1.5 hours is that perfect sweet spot where you'll get the perfect amount of training and your muscles will be engaged, you'll grow muscle and lose fat. So the lift is really important, really fun, really good time there. Like I said, only an hour to an hour and a half. Now after that, when we get home and we kind of have time to settle down, what I like to do is just write out again, instead of writing your goals this time, just write out how your lift went. Because during the lift as well, what I highly recommend is for your compound movements. These are your big heavy movers. So say on a back day, it could be like a rowing movement or the lat pull down, or on the leg day, it could be like the barbell squat. Take a couple compound lifts that you have in your workout and track your weights that you use. So that way you're constantly going back. So say you did a leg day on week 1, and the next week you do that leg day again. You see, okay, I did 225 pounds on week 1. I'm gonna try to beat that. I'm gonna go to 245 pounds this day, keeping the reps and the sets exactly the same. But that way you're constantly beating yourself, constantly getting strength gains and physical gains as well. Does that make sense? So tracking that, and then after your workout is done, writing how it went. Be like, It was good. I had leg day today. I started to get some weird lower back pain, so I'm gonna check up my form and do this. Just writing out how you feel, letting it out is really good, because you could do it the same thing as talking to someone if you have a coach or someone's on your side and telling them how your workout went, which is really valuable. But if you don't have a coach or some kind of mentor in place to talk to about your workouts, like a workout partner, then just write it out, because that's talking to yourself and just realizing how it went, what you could have done better on, and what went really well. Like, I had a really good pump. I hit, the 245 on the squat. I feel like I'm making progress. I looked really good today. Writing those things out is a lot better than just keeping it in your head. Because when you actually write it out, you feel everything. You realize what that did for you, how the workout made you feel, and it'll keep you consistent. It'll keep you going in the gym, which is the long-term goal, because that's how you're going to get long-term results. It is long-term dedication to something like the gym. After that, it kind of goes into the PM part of your day. So based on whatever responsibilities you have, like I said, if you have to go to work at this time, now would probably be the time where you would go to work or something like that. But if you work later in the day, you could start with this next step, which is bulk cooking. So I have a couple recipes I love to do this with personally. I give a lot more to my clients, but for me personally, I like to do a creamy pasta meal prep, or a beef bowl, which is really good, or a chicken lean bowl, or protein French toast. There's a huge number of them, but pretty much what you do is you cook, instead of cooking a regular portion for just like yourself right there and maybe like an extra bowl of something if you want 2 servings, making 3, 4, 5 servings of something and then batching the rest in Tupperware in a container, put it in the fridge for later. That way, when you don't want to cook next time, you just have food that's easily available for you, that's high protein, low calorie, going to make you stay on your goals. Because if there's the obstacle in front of you of something that you really shouldn't be eating, say you have, what's a good example? Say you could go to somewhere like McDonald's. You could go out to McDonald's and get fast food. Or if you know that you have a meal prep with you, you have something that you made the other day that's still cold and it's good to eat, you can warm it up. If you have that as an option, it's a lot better in your mind compared to if you didn't. If you said, well, should I go home and cook and wait a long time, or should I go get McDonald's? Most of the time, you're gonna eat the McDonald's. But if you already have that food made, and all you have to do is just open it up, maybe heat it up if you want to. I don't really like to, I like cold food, but that's just me. You warm it up, then you're less likely to get the McDonald's, That makes sense, and it's gonna keep you on your goals too, and you're gonna feel respected, like you respected yourself, because you're like, I stayed on track with my goals. I didn't give in to the fast food or whatever kind of temptations I have with the diet. So what you're gonna do here, just make anywhere from 3 to 5 of that really good meal, save the rest for later, and you get to enjoy a meal too while you're cooking at it. So this is important to do when you have some free time in your day, because it's gonna take anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, which is honestly not that long either when you think about all the meals you're making. Rather than cooking a meal, cooking it the next day, that's multiple hours instead of you just doing it once. So that's one of my favorite things to do. And then some point in between when you have free time in your day, I just like to consume learning content. So this is like going on YouTube. TikTok and Instagram count, but watching those shorter videos don't really give you as much value as something like a YouTube video or a documentary or something like that. Just learning something new about diet, training, and nutrition. There's so many YouTubers out there. I mean, you're literally learning stuff right now on my YouTube channel with me. So this could be my YouTube content. It could be any other YouTube content that you personally feel connected with, and you're like, this stuff makes sense to me. This stuff is good. About could be diet. I'm like, okay, well, what do I eat? What are some good diet foods? Okay, how much protein do I need? What does protein do? Could be something about training. Watching someone do a workout, looking up what the best workouts are for a back day or anything like that with training. And then, diet, training. You can also look up something on mindset too, of just how to stay disciplined, how to stay focused. Anything that's learning, because no one knows everything. Someone who's been doing this for a really long time, say for example, like Arnold, is super old, legend, he's proved himself over and over again. There's still things that he doesn't know. Everyone is missing something, especially when it comes to fitness, diet, and nutrition. There's so much to learn, so just spending at least 20 minutes to anywhere, like even an hour if you want, but I say 20 to 40 minutes is that perfect golden area of just watching a YouTube video, watching a couple and just learning some new things. You can take notes if you want, but I personally don't. I think it's just good to just learn it and be around it, because the more of that content you consume, the more you'll start to know, even subconsciously. And then you'll catch yourself. You'll be like, whoa, I know this. I've learned a lot. That's really good. Just from listening to this stuff on a daily basis over and over again, training your mind in a way. So once you have that done, and I like to do this part that's coming up next at the end of the day, after the work shift or whatever, but any point in your day, just go for a walk. Even if you've already trained before, just go for a nice 10-minute walk. 10 minutes is nothing. We have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have so much time. A 10-minute walk is not gonna hurt anything. Even better if you're outside and getting a breath of fresh air, because with, being in an office all day or just being in the gym, for example, and you're not outdoors, it's good for us to be outside, let our mental side of things, let our stresses go, because the gym is a really good place to let out your stresses and everything, all the problems you've had in your day, but also just going on a nice relaxing walk, even if you don't feel like you need it, will make you feel so much better and just help your day feel even more incredible. And it's something you can be proud of yourself for. Like, I did that, even if I didn't really want to, or I didn't really see the point, but I just did it and stuck with it because I know it's gonna help me get closer to my goals. So yeah, 10-minute walk. Or if it's a rest day, you can either do this at your training time or now, but just stretch. On a rest day, I don't like to be inactive because that leads to maybe you want to be like, well, I'm not working out, I'm not staying fit, let me cheat and eat something, or let me not do this. So like, just stretch your body because you're most likely sore on a rest day and you want to be recovered so you can show up to the fullest of your ability on your next lift, okay? To maximize your muscle building. Because if you're not stretching and you're sore or not recovered, then you're not maximizing your muscle growth and weight loss. So just hit some stretches, Look up some back exercises on YouTube. You can stretch your chest. There's really a stretch for every single muscle in your body. So there's no limit when it comes to that. So that too, we got the learning content, we got the walking, stretching. And then for the nightly routine, you have your skincare routine, whatever you do at night. But I like to just stay away from screens for an hour before you go to bed. So your time you go to bed and your time that you wake up, whenever your alarm is set, have at least 8 hours in there, because you want to get 8 hours of sleep. If you can do 8.5 hours, or maybe even 9 if you can, just do it, The more sleep, the better, because sleep is such a quality part of this all, because you could have everything else dialed. Your nutrition, your training, everything could be really perfect, but if you're not getting enough sleep, your body's not going to recover on time, you're not going to show up to the fullest of your ability on your workouts, and you're more likely to binge and just go off on your diet because you're less focused, you're less in the moment because you're so tired, okay? So yeah, things happen, but just really try to get 8 hours of sleep every single night if you can, if not more. Now, if you're away from screens, no TV, no computer, no phone screen, just keep it out of your sight for the last hour before you go to bed. Just do something else. This could be the time you go for your walk. You could just eat a meal and just enjoy peace and quiet, or just anything else that's not being near a screen. Because when your eye sees the light from the screen, it makes you want to stay up and makes you want to, you could be scroll on TikTok or text people or do anything like that. So just trying to stay away from it for an hour if you can. Right before bed, you'll get beautiful quality sleep. You'll wake up feeling actually rested and recovered rather than underslept and because if you go to sleep and you feel like you just closed your eyes and a little bit of time passes and then you open your eyes and you're back to the day, that means you didn't get quality sleep. If you're dreaming, if you're feeling really blissful when you wake up, it's a weird kind of thing, but if you wake up graceful and peaceful in your morning, not stressed and oh, what time is it? I want to go to bed, just being peaceful and this is nice. I slept really good. Then you're going to have a great banger day. And if you follow this daily routine to a T or to the best of your ability, you're going to be even better off because you've got the sleep, you're waking up, you're doing the things you have to do, and you do them and you're like, I conquered, I did amazing, I did awesome today. So that's what I did. This is what I continue to do every single day. Take this as much as you can. If you're really serious about this, you can apply this. I challenge you to just try it out for at least a week. You can stick to this for 7 days at the bare minimum. See if it works for you. See if you like it. If you don't like it, then you don't have to do it anymore. But if you do like it, then stick with it. And if you want to make some changes here and there to make it fit your schedule, absolutely do that. But this is what I do personally. I've seen a ton of success from it. So definitely try it out. Wherever you are with your goals right now, if you're feeling overweight, skinny fat, unhappy with your body, your confidence is just not there, and you feel maybe uncomfortable without your shirt on, or you really wear hoodies all the time, just hide yourself, and you just feel uncomfortable and you just want an escape to just feel better, feel like the man you know you're supposed to be. You want to have those muscles, you want to have lean, visible abs. You just need the right plan, the right tools, the right guidance. I'll be willing to work with you. There will be an application in the description to see if you're a good fit. From there, we'll hop on a call. I'll see what your goals are, what you're struggling with, see how I can help, and if you're a good fit for the program. If you are a good fit for the program, then you're golden. You're gonna lose 25 pounds in 90 days, build lean muscle. If not, it's completely okay. I'll give you a full blueprint, full guide on what you need to do and where you need to go to get to your goals. It's a win-win situation. So if you want to, apply in the description, and hopefully I'll be talking with you soon. And remember, you got this.